Hello, hello.
Kylen, how's it going?
Good. How are y'all?
Good. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with Destin Adams.
Hey, Kylen, thanks for doing this today, man. My question to you is, what aspect of your game do you want to work on the most to be as effective as you can at the next level?
Um, as far as my game, I feel like the first thing that stands out to just about everybody is that just the fact I haven't done as much inline stuff in the past. Coming from SMU, we were more of a spread out offense. I mostly lined up in the wing. And at times, I'll put my hand in the dirt. But going forward, now that I'm here at the Colts, definitely going to need to put my hand in the dirt more.
Cody Felger.
Hey, Kylen. My question for you is, what have been some of the biggest things, in the 2 weeks you've been working with Carson, some of the biggest things that have stood out to you?
Oh, man. I mean, I've had the chance to catch the ball with a lot of great quarterbacks. And, man, when I tell you that thing's got some otherworld zip, man, that thing's taking the stick off my gloves. But, yeah, I mean, just the way he wants his routes run, the way the timing's already coming together. I mean, I can tell he's one of the few special ones. And, it's been a blast. I grew up watching him on TV, and it's kind of otherworldly to me to be catching balls from him now. So once I stop acting like a little schoolgirl out there, we're gonna have some fun, move the ball down the field.
All right, Lawrence Owen.
So coming into the draft, a lot of people, I noticed reports that were stating that you needed improvement in the blocking area, and I went and checked out the film, and I saw something completely different. What would you say if you had to talk to some of these guys that said, that you weren't a good blocker? What would you say to them currently right now?
I'm glad you noticed that I can actually block. If they were here right now, I'd be like, well, I respect your opinion. Everyone's entitled to that. I humbly disagree. Here's the film to show you that I can block. It's just, I guess I don't meet their criteria. So, but yeah, I would disagree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
All right, Andrew Thomason.
Hi, Kyle, and thanks again for taking the time to be here. My question for you is, I guess last year in the Colts offense, some would say they were really missing the tight end that could really stretch the field vertically, big chunk plays down the field. Is that a part of your game that you think you could help bring to this Colts offense this coming season?
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, coming from a wide receiver standpoint, I mean, at SMU, that's all I did was stretch the field, get on the mismatch on the outside, on the inside, line me up on a back or a safety. Either way, they're losing. So, yeah, just bringing that to this next level here at the Colts organization, I feel like, yeah, that's definitely the role that I'm going to fit into.
All right, Jeremy Swopes.
Hey, Kylen, Coach Slow from D-Line Sports. Thanks for the shout out on race day. I appreciate that. But I have a question. Being in the Colts tight end room, there seems to be a lot of versatility between the three. You guys are very different in the styles that you guys play the tight end position between Mo Alley and Jack and yourself. What have you learned from those guys that you can take and put into your game?
Coming into the room, I definitely realized, just the differences in body types between me, Jack, and Mo Alley. But what I found out is that a lot of the things they did that made their game, I could also utilize, whether that's just footwork, the way they come in and out of routes, the way they get off the line. There's just a bunch of tools that I hadn't necessarily realized before, but in meetings, listening to those guys talk with Coach Adams, watching them run on the field, watching their tape, that you start to realize, just little pieces and nuggets that you kind of can put into your own game. And I feel like it's taken my game up to the next level, so to speak.
Stephen Burton.
Hey, Colin, thanks again for doing this, man. So I'm super curious who, watching your tape at SMU and seeing how you play and stretch the field, who do you model your game after, maybe currently in the NFL or just maybe your favorite tight end you've ever watched?
That's a loaded question. Let's see. So I guess for a tight end, I model my game off of kind of more like Evan Ingram type deal. Real athletic, can run real well. And then my favorite tight end, my favorite tight end used to be Tony Gonzalez. He was great, but obviously I'm not as tall, sadly, as everyone will tell you. Oh, he's kind of small for a tight end. But, definitely look up to him and Gronk, even Jason Witten, Jack Doyle. I mean, I watched some of his stuff as well as Mo Alley's. So, I really pulled from a bunch of different places. But, yeah, I'd say Tony was my guy, and then Evan Ingram's my model. So.
All right, Matthew Radden.
Yes, sir. Really appreciate you doing this, Kylen. I just want to ask, man, you had talked earlier about, you being in practice and, star-studded, if you will, kind of stars in the eyes. Is there anybody that's kind of helped ground you? I can imagine that transition is probably pretty big. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out that's really kind of helped you kind of get used to the Colts organization?
Sort of ground me. I'd say, my boy Sam Ellinger, the quarterback, we high school boys. So he's kind of my grounding force because I'm like, dude, we're out here with all these guys. He's like, dude, it's just high school. Calm down. But nah. But for real, yeah, having Sam here, having someone I've played with before, he's kind of been a grounding force. And all the guys that I've met, they're all really nice, really good guys, really good people. And that's what the first thing I realized about this organization is just not only the coaches, not only sports staff, everywhere you go, there's good people. And that's made this transition as seamless as it's a seamless transition. I'm enjoying it.
All right, we'll go back to Justin Adams.
You mentioned your size earlier. Some people saying that you might be undersized. Seeing someone like Frank Reich, who's had success with someone like Trey Burton, who's very similar in size to you, when you were drafted, did that give you a little bit of a sense that you could impact day one?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you've already basically seen someone take a similar piece of the puzzle and utilize it in that same way, I feel like it's just, Control C, Control V, copy, paste, bam, right there. So, it's definitely a good feeling to see that he's had success in the past. So hoping to bring it to the present and hopefully the future too.
All right, and the last one will go to Cody Felger.
Kylen, you mentioned a little bit about Jack Doyle, Mo Alley Cox being in the, with them a little bit. I'm curious, now that you guys have a little bit of a break, what are some things maybe you took from them that you're looking to potentially refine in your game before training camp comes?
So if I had to live, I'm not gonna. So I'd say the biggest thing as far as I've taken from both of them is just how sound their footwork is at all times. Like their feet are always consistently pretty much in the same place every time, based on whatever play it is. So their footwork is freaking precise. And then even more so their pad level as well, coming out of the stance, in and out of routes, all that stuff, their pad level stays the same, and it just makes them so hard to cover whenever their pad level doesn't change, and all of a sudden, oh, they're going left, oh, they're going right, oh, they're going back, oh, they're going forward, So, just those were some of the first things I took away as far as the technique and stuff goes like that. I'm sure there's going to be much more that I'm just scratching the surface, but as far as the first couple weeks of takeaways, those are mine.
All right. Thank you, Kylen.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.